Hi, guys and ladies, welcome back to another exciting episode. This is episode number 33 of the Being an Analyst podcast. My name is Disama Matieti. With my 20 years experience in banking and having over just about 7 university qualifications, I decided that, I think it's high time that I share my knowledge that I got from all the 3 business schools that I've attended, Gibbs, Henley, and UCT Graduate Business School, to come here and just share how can you become a better analyst. And on this podcast, what we are trying to do is we're trying to give you all the tools that will inspire you if you want to get into analysis, if you want to see yourself being an analyst. You get here, we inspire you so that you can become an excellent expert analyst. And that is why on this episode number 33, what are we discussing? We're discussing advanced analytical tools. We're discussing advanced analytical tools. We're going to look at what are they, what do they look like, and what can you do to start working around with advanced analytical tools. All of that is coming just after our theme song, so stay tuned. Now, we all know the basic analytical tools. The best one is Excel. It could just be normal spreadsheets. You can start doing that and you can do wonderful things with normal spreadsheets. But at one point, we start to say, maybe we need some advanced analytics to do whatever we want to do. The easiest part of that is when we have different conditions that a person should go to or this avatar should go to. Say, for instance, we look at your credit history. We look at your payment history. We look at your, your job. What do you do? Your salaries. We look at your banking detail. All of those are different inputs that come together within data, and that coming together is called a model, because you'll say takes so much from this input, takes so much percentage from this input, and that creates 100% of scoring. So to get to that level of understanding where you have different inputs coming in to create a new decision, you might be considering advanced analytical tools. So advanced analytical tools, they can come in different forms. We're just going to be speaking about the 5 types of advanced analytical tools. And the reason why we're going only on the 5 is so that you can choose which one do you feel you resonate much more better with, do you feel you're comfortable with, and then you can know, okay, if I'm comfortable with data mining, for instance, or I'm comfortable with analytical statistical tools, I'm going to start looking at only the tools that are within that range. I find it's pointless that you can learn all these other tools while the interest that you're going for is not in line. Like, say, for instance, on our side, if all that we wanted to do was to create a beautiful presentation for our exco or for our menco to go and see the process of what the business is doing, there's no need to be going into advanced analytical tools unless if we say we need to have a model in place. So in that case, you would know exactly to say, oh, our model or our reporting requires hectic data mining or hectic data coming together. We need to find out the best, the sweet spot. Then you might have to do advanced analytical tools. Let's look at the 5 advanced analytical tool types, the common types. It's not just a comprehensive list. This is just the common types that you can put into consideration. The first type is statistical analysis software. The statistical analysis software are tools such as R, such as Python, with whatever libraries that you might be adding on top of it, because without libraries sometimes it can just be basic. You can add some libraries on it, and those are widely used for statistical analysis, for data manipulation, and for predictive modeling to a certain degree. Yes, we know that there are other tools that could be used for statistical analysis purposes, but these are, I think they are quite easy to get access to. They're quite easy to learn. I mean, R is this open software. You can just go and get it and then start learning it. There's so much that you can learn online. But without having the real question to say, why do you want to learn R? You're just going to learn and not be able to use it. So those are the two that I'm looking for, and they are widely used. Why are they widely used? Because they offer a versatile environment for conducting advanced analytics tasks, including regression analysis, time series forecasting, and machine learning. If you're looking at that, you're looking at regression analysis, you're looking at time series analysis, you're looking at forecasting, and you're looking at machine learning, probably you could be looking at statistical analysis tools. Let's look at the second one. The second type, the second common type is data mining tools. What are data mining tools? It's tools such as, RapidMiner, such as my favorite IBM SPSS modeler, are designed to uncover patterns and relationships within large data sets. Even if you don't have large, as long as you have too many dimensions that you are bringing together to create a model, you can actually be able to use such tools. They utilize algorithms such as clustering, classification, association, rule mining to identify insights that may be apparent through traditional analysis methodologies. So you'll realize that there's a difference between what I spoke about, statistical analysis softwares. We've spoken about just regression, time series forecasting. And now when we come to data mining tools, we're talking about stuff like classifications, clustering. We're talking about those because they are different types of ways that you can look at things. Once you go into classifications to say, okay, let's classify a person. This person based on their credit history, their payment history, and their job, and all of that. Where should we classify them? As good payer that deserves the debt, or as a bad payer that doesn't deserve the debt? So now you have to go into the data mining tools to look at that. But nothing stops you from just using your statistical analysis tools to do your scoring. If your scoring is not that complicated, you can just score a person to say, this one passed, this one failed, because you got 2 or 3 or 5 inputs or 10 inputs. But as more as you have more inputs and you're dealing with a lot of data, I would really consider that you look at, data mining tools. Let's go straight to the third one. The third one is where we are looking at machine learning platforms, not just the tools, but machine learning platforms, which are platforms like TensorFlow, Scikit-learn, and the one that we normally know about, they give you free credits to learn, is called Microsoft Azure Machine Learning. They enable us as analysts to build and deploy predictive models at whatever scale that we want to do it. If you want to start small or you want to scale it, you are able to do that. And you pay per use. So if you're not running this model, you don't pay for it. Only when you run it, then you pay. So you can be able to run this large model, and then you take the output and you push it into your SQL database, and you only work on your output. It's only when the variables change that you push it back into the big Azure machine learning platform. It learns for you, it gives you the output, then you pull in the output into whatever SQL so that you can map accordingly. So that's just on that case. If you want a model that will do stuff, those are the tools that you can be looking at. These platforms offer a wide range of algorithms and tools for tasks such as classification, regression, clustering, and anomaly detection. Anomaly detection is good when you're actually trying to look at, fraud, or you're trying to look at, cybersecurity detections, or you're trying to look at, outliers. That's where you'll go in to say, according to what we're expecting, the stuff should be going according to this line, but now we're seeing some different spikes. So those are on the machine learning platforms. Can you still do a bit of machine learning with Python and R with the? Yes, you can still be doing that. But now when you're talking about a platform, now you're going into Azure, you're going to AWS. Forgot to mention that one is also one of the platforms that you can go into. Let's look at the fourth common type. The fourth common type is natural language processing tools, which is the NLP, natural language processing tools. Natural language processing tools, tools such as, I don't know how do you spell, how do you pronounce this? SPACY, are used to analyze and extract insight from unstructured text data. Another one that I love using and everybody else likes could be ChatGPT. It could be useful also for extracting some of the unstructured data to make it structured in a way. You can ask it to say, can you cluster when you do sentimental analysis? It can actually tell you what the mood looks like, what's your customer saying on Twitter about your product. They can bring that to say, oh, it looks like the people are the sentiment, is it positive or negative? These platforms offer a wide range of algorithms and tools for tasks such as classification, regression, clustering, and anomalies. They enable analysts to perform tasks such as sentiment analysis, namely entity recognition, the topic modeling, unlocking value insights from textual data sources. So that's what's much more nicer about natural language processing. They allow you to do entity recognition to say, oh, it looks like the one that speaks like this, it should be this person. Okay, the last part of advanced tools that we should be looking at is visualization tools. Visualization tools are always nice, especially after you have done your statistical, your data mining, your machine learning, or your natural language processing. You need to come and visualize whatever you found. So visualization tools like Tableau, Power BI, Click enable us as analysts to create dashboards, charts, graphs that visualize the data that that we've just explored. It also allows us to convey through storytelling what we have discovered. So it is quite nice and it's quite beneficial to find yourself, being capable of either working Tableau, which is quite used worldwide, is one of the most used, but also Power BI looks like it's actually catching up quite fast. Click had a market share started earlier, but I think it's losing the market share to both Tableau and Power BI. So it's not always that the first one that gets into the market is the one that's dominating the market. So it's yeah, it based on relevance. If you are relevant, you will also get the market shares. These tools, which are the visualization tools, facilitate communication of analytical insights to stakeholders in a clear and compelling manner. So once you know the clear manner that you can come into, you realize your storytelling, you do all of those through these visualization tools. Those are the advanced tools that you can start to look at just outside of your normal Excel or your normal data manipulation tools, or where you're doing just normal descriptive statistics. When you start coming this side is where you are starting to tap into predictive analytics or prescriptive analytics. That's where you're tapping into. Okay, so now let's look at another question that we have in mind. How do you get started with these advanced analytical tools? Especially if you're a novice analyst, you say, oh, I haven't landed a job. I was working in same company as whatever in human resources, for instance. How do I now move towards data? And how do I learn these advanced skills? I'm assuming you already started, you already discovered at this point. So now, keeping to the number 5, let's just look at 5 ways that you can learn different advanced analytical tools. The first way that I speak about much about it is the online courses and tutorials. I understand that everybody has got access to online courses and tutorial, but without proper guidance or proper mentoring, you'd find yourself going into cycle because you'll be learning everything. And when you come for a project or for a job interview or when you start your own business, then you realize that you should have just focused on Microsoft Excel and you're going to be one of the best people ever instead of going into advanced tools. So my caution is come into advanced tools once you know the project that you're working on that is going to require these advanced tools. Once you know that the job that you're going to be starting in is going to require advanced tools. Once you know that the services that you're going to be providing, if you're a freelancer, are specializing in advanced tools. Besides that, I would still say maybe be cautious when you go for online tutorials. Many online platforms offer these courses for free, and you can be able to get these tutorials on advanced analytical tools. It ranges from just a normal introduction to a topic. So maybe you can just do a normal introduction to a topic to advanced levels. Websites such as Coursera, Udemy, DataCamp, and you name others. Even LinkedIn is also putting its weight towards this, are wonderful tools for us to explore and learn about these advanced tools. You can get courses on topics such as data analysis, machine learnings, and data visualization. So it will help us so that we know, how do you do things immediately with data analysis, with machine learning and visualization. When you go online without the project in place, I suggest go with caution. Get somebody else to sponsor you with a project. Then you say, in order to solve that project, we have to learn this tool. But if you're just learning tools for the sake of learning tools, it's gonna come to your detriment because you might not be able to know exactly which one is important. Look at local workshops and seminars. This is what your local community, well, it doesn't have to be local like geographically local, but local in a sense that the community that you are interested in, whatever workshops and seminars that they are doing, just in order for you to know what this community is doing, like on our site on being an analyst, keep an eye for workshops, seminars, and meetups that are hosted by, it could be local universities, industry association, or analytical communities within South Africa. So our site, we have a being an analyst community. You can go in, Google it out. We have a WhatsApp chat. We normally post when we are having a get together. On a Fridays, we try to answer questions that are related where people can just come in, learn from each other. We can voice out our concerns. And when you have an interview, you can always bounce ideas in there. And that's, in over and above the chat that WhatsApp chat that you can always post whatever frustrations that you're going through. Even our communities got mentoring also. If you're looking for mentoring, we have you there. So there are many communities like this. Just watch out for those, more especially within South Africa or whatever country that you might be on. These events may offer opportunities to learn about advanced analytical tools and techniques from experts in that field. Like we said in our site, we always try to measure or make the people meet that are from different levels to say, oh, are you looking for advanced Excel tools, or are you looking for whatever that case is? Number three, we're looking at professional networking areas. This is where you are joining a professional networking or communities that focuses on your area. This is where on LinkedIn, there's a lot of communities that we have joined. One is for bankers that are doing data analysis. Others are just for people that love machine learning. Within the professional networks, this is now when you're talking about, opportunities that are out there. This supplements, joining communities like being an analyst, as much as we are sharing general opportunities about, oh, this is what's happening. But in a professional setting where you are part of the professional body, now it becomes even more focused on what you should know about, what rules are out there, what you should worry about. So it becomes very, very interesting for you, especially if you're a novice analyst, to come in there. Platforms like LinkedIn and Meetup allow individuals to connect with peers and mentors who can offer guidance and support in learning about advanced analytical tools. That's beautiful, hey? The fourth one is online documentation and forums. I know there's a lot of forums for Power BI. There's a forum for SQL. There's forums. You can always go check out the documentations there. Be able to add into the forums as much as you are taking away or you're learning from the forums. Many advanced analytical tools provide comprehensive documentations, tutorials, and user forums where novice analysts can actually learn from others and seek help with specific questions or challenges. Like we said, if you are new, just go straight to those forums. And the nice part about it is you can just post the screen dump and say, please help. And somebody will come and tell you. I've done it a few times. It works. Beautiful. Especially when we started in 2016 with Power BI. At a time, Power BI was not widely known. There wasn't much documentation on it. The only place I would go into was the forums. So I would post a lot on those forums, and I would not post. I would read a lot from those forums, um, and get whatever questions that we're looking for in those forums. So it's beautiful. Exploring these resources can help us as analysts deepen our understanding and proficiency in with whatever tool that we're working on. The last one is the formal educational programs. I was going to get into this one because universities have actually rolled up a lot of formal programs. If you are low on budget, there's still platforms like edX. Coursera also gives you 2 weeks or a month where you can learn whatever you want to learn. At least these ones are coming from formal educations. Some of the stuff that are on edX uh, might be from previous courses. So instead of throwing the course away, they just give it to you for free. If you want the certificate, then you only pay for the certificate. So consider pursuing formal education programs in data science, analytics, or related fields offered by university or training institutions within South Africa. Thus far, I know that the University of Cape Town has got a course in data analysis. We at Being an Analyst, we are busy getting another course just on analytical practices, teaching people how to do analytical practices so that you can go on, not just to learn about the coding itself, but analytical practices focuses on the mindset that is needed before you choose the tool set, which is like the coding and whatever of the tool, so that when you repeat that, you get the skill set. So these programs often includes coursework and hands-on projects that cover advanced analytics tools and techniques. Now we get to the exciting part of this episode. I normally like if doing 5 multiple choice questions, just to gauge for us if we were, engaged, if we found some value into the episode. So it's quite easy. It has everything else to do with what I just asked you. So let's go straight to the question. Question number 1: which tool is commonly used for statistical analysis, data manipulation, and predictive modeling, and is known for its versatility? Versatility. Is it A, Tableau, B, Python with libraries like Pandas and NumPy, C, TensorFlow, or D, Natural Language Toolkit, NLTK? Which tool is commonly used for statistical analysis, data manipulation, and predictive modeling, and is known for its versatility? The answer to that is Python, especially when you start to add libraries onto it. Already that's the versatility. Question number 2: what type of tool is designed to uncover patterns and relationships within large data sets using algorithms such as clustering and classification? Is it A, statistical analysis software, B, visualization tools, C, natural language processing tools, or D, data mining tools? Which type of tool is designed to uncover patterns and relationships within large data sets using algorithms such as clustering and classification? The answer to that is the data mining tools. perfect answer is the data mining tools. Number 3, which platforms enables analysts to build and deploy predictive models at large scale or at scale, offering a wide range of algorithms for tasks like classification and anomaly detection? Is it A, Microsoft Azure machine learning, or number B, Power BI, number C, RapidMiner, number D, is it the scikit-learn? Which platform enables analysts to build and deploy predictive models at scale, offering a wide range of algorithms and tasks like classification and anomaly detection? The answer to that is Microsoft Azure. Yes, Microsoft Azure is the one that we've spoken about, and we said, oh, it does allow you to actually, stretch yourself a little bit. Skylen is also one of those that you can. Skykitlen is also one of those that you can actually say, "Oh, hang on a second, I think I can learn on this one." So A and D, you can still say, "Okay, either of the two is fine." What are natural language toolkit and SPSS examples of? Are the example of A, statistical analysis software, B, machine learning platforms, C, natural learning processing tools, or D, data mining tools? What are natural language toolkit, NLTK, and SPSS examples of? The right answer is natural language processing tools. The last one, number 5, is where can novice analysts find resources like courses, tutorials, user forums to learn more about advanced analytical tools? Is it A, LinkedIn and Meetup, B, formal educational programs, C, online documentation and forums, D, local workshops and seminars? This one, the answer to where can novice analysts find resources like courses, tutorials, user forums to learn about advanced analytical tools. The answer to that is number C, which is online documentation and forums. We've come to the end of our episode. If you are new, I hope you did find this episode exciting. If you'd like to know more about what we've spoken about, we have the book. It's called I Penned a Book. I never thought I would have the time to pen a book. I have all the time to read about books, but I managed to pen a book. It's called Being an Analyst, Managing Yourself for Success and Unleashing Your Potential in the Knowledge Economy. The book is written in a simple language, large font, so that you can be able to easily be able to follow. It helps you understand how can you become an analyst, starting from the novice, going all the way to data analyst, data science, and business intelligence level. Just it doesn't teach you how to code; it gives you the mindset. It gives you the analytical practices. So when you talk about analytical practices, you're talking about what you find in this book. If you're looking for analytical practices to say, what do I need to know to become an analyst? This book is going to be a wonderful guide for you to learn what that is. It's an essential guide to becoming not just an analyst, but a catalyst for success and a driver of organizational change. Being an analyst, you can find it on Amazon. If you're in South Africa, you can find it on Take a Lot. You can also find it on my website, beinganaanalyst.co.za. This is me, December Matsietsi. I'm hoping I'm sharing a lot of what I know. Otherwise, my 7 qualifications are just going to waste. My idea and my passion is to share what I know so that people do not have to struggle to get to know what I know. They don't have to go through the whole 15 years. If they can do it within a year, I'm quite happy with that. That's me. Let's meet again in episode number 34. Stay blessed.